Hey y'all, it's your girl Nurse Ish, and I am back with another sit down video. It has been a minute since I've done one of these, but here we go. All right, y'all, so I've been getting a lot of questions on how I got my new job. So I just wanted to do a video and let you all know my journey from transitioning from utilization to clinical IT. So if you may not know my history in nursing, my whole career, I just want to do a quick recap. I've been a nurse for over 10 years now. I have a background in cardiac telemetry. I worked on a cardiac intervention unit. I've worked on a cardiac intervention unit. I've worked on a telemetry unit, med surge. I've done nursing home here and there, and then I also worked in a cardiac hospital, but it was in the triage unit. So in 2018, I graduated with my MSN, Master's of Science in Nursing, with the emphasis in nursing informatics. Well, after I graduated, obviously I didn't have a job in informatics right away, but at the time I was pregnant, and so I went on maternity leave. Now, at that time, I was working on an outpatient cardiac intervention unit. So, it was like a unit where you work like 3 days a week, off on the weekends. So it was a perfect job, but I felt like after I received my degree, I wanted to actually work in that because, it wasn't free, right? So I actually wanted to get a job in informatics. And at that time, back in 2018, it was a little difficult. Not many people really knew about what informatics was, and it wasn't that easy to find a job. While I was on maternity leave, I was applying to jobs, and then I saw a job in utilization. I didn't know what it was. I applied to it, and I actually got the job. Now, fast forward, no, utilization is not nursing informatics. However, I am so glad that I took that job because it allowed me to get familiar with using different systems. So I was in that job for since like 2019 to 2022, right? So in 2022, I accepted a role. It was still in utilization, but I transitioned to become a supervisor. All right, so now let's talk about what steps led me into transitioning over to clinical IT. So while working in utilization, I made sure I joined my company's informatics council. So if you all work at a hospital or some organization, check and see if they have an informatics council, because you get your foot kind of in the door. You get to understand what's going on in that institution with informatics, EMR systems, and things like that. So I highly recommend joining the informatics committee if your job allows. So in 2020, my institution actually transitioned over from an old EMR system. It was Cantata, and they transitioned to a new EMR system, Cerner Millennium. So being that I was part of the Informatics Council, I became a super user. So I was able to educate all of my coworkers on how to use this new system. So another point, if your institution is transitioning over to a new system, try to take classes and become a super user, because that is going to help out a lot. All right, and so for me, being a super user, I also participated in the Go Live. So the Go Live, it was a lot, but it was a good experience because it allowed me to see what happens on Go Live. So my department, we had to come in overnight to put orders in. It was just a lot going on. So it was a major learning experience. So it just allowed me to see what it is or what it's like when there's an actual Go Live. All right, you guys, so fast forward, I was not looking for an informatics job at the time. And if you have watched my previous videos, I gave you all the rundown on how I got the job, but I can say that it was all God, because I wasn't looking, but He knew it was time for me to transition and move on. And that's what happened. I would do a quick recap. I was in the parking lot and I saw a manager and a director, And I just introduced myself and I said, you know, I graduated with nursing informatics, and my ultimate goal is to transition into that role. And thank God they had positions open. So obviously I applied, but if you go back to the other video, like I said, it explains how it all happened and it worked out so perfectly. So what actually helped me get the job is, well, in the interview, it was a plus that I was already in the organization. I was familiar with the system. I was a super user. I was part of the Informatics Council. So all of those aspects helped me to land this job. So this is why I highly recommend getting involved in your informatics committees if you all have them at your institution. All right, so now I've been in my role since March. So it is June and I'm finally off of orientation. Honestly, like a normal orientation would be between like 6 to 9 months. But because I'm able to catch on quick and I already kind of knew the system, I was able to get off of orientation after 3 months. And so now I am able to work from home 2 days a week. I go into office 3 days a week, and it's been so good. And honestly, with my institution, it works out great because we have to take classes to become like certified in certain aspects of our EMR system. So I was able to take my first class. It was the fundamentals of Cerner Millennium. And I took my first class about a month ago. I passed it. It was a 4-day class. I was very nervous. Like I felt like I was taking the NCLEX, but I passed it. I only got one wrong on this exam. It took me a couple of hours. I believe it was like 2.5 hours. So I took it. I passed it. So thank you, Jesus. So right now I'm currently in my next class, and this class is called like troubleshooting power charts. So I am on day 3 of 4. Tomorrow I take my exam. Hopefully everything is good and I pass it. But I feel more comfortable because I know how it is. I took the first class, so now I kind of have an idea of what's going on. So this class that I'm taking is more of the background on learning how to troubleshoot and build orders, to modify orders, change them, and to just like create orders specifically for certain institutions and departments. All right, you guys. So yeah, so right now I am now a clinical IT analyst, systems 2. I am now an IT clinical system analyst 2. I work with the EMR system, and my specific role is working with the surgical system part of it. And we work as a team and we get things done. So overall, it's been a good experience. Guys, I forgot to add in there, in 2020, you know, everything was like shut down. So I had to find something to do. So I actually ended up taking a informatics boot camp course. Okay, so I took this course and it was like a 3-day course. It was over $700. And this course was to help me review so that I could become certified in nursing and informatics. So I was going to get certified. So unfortunately, I ended up not taking the exam. So I studied for it. I ended up not taking it because I didn't have the correct amount of hours of actually working in informatics. I didn't know that. So I would suggest, if you are wanting to get certified in nursing informatics, make sure you look at the requirements before you take any type of class or sign up to get certified, because that's where I messed up. So I will eventually take the state exam to become certified in nursing informatics. Even though I have my master's of science in nursing with the emphasis in nursing informatics, I also wanted to become board certified in nursing informatics. So that should be coming soon as well. I still have my books. So I feel like now that I'm actually in the role, that when I actually do go and take the tests, I'm not going to say it's going to be easier, but I will be a little bit more familiar of like what's actually going on the test, right? So if you all have any questions on my role, again, how I got here, or just anything about clinical IT, I am more than happy to answer those. And then also, if you guys still have any questions on utilization, I'm still here to answer those as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you over here with the family. And until the next sit down video, see ya.